And welcome back to SA Sports Show. Thanks for staying with us, Barry. Been a great show. It's been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, mate.
Yeah.
Always is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it always is.
Still be talking football though. We got Matt Duldig.
I told you, didn't I?
Am I close?
That was spot on.
I thought it was spot on. Yeah.
There was a hesitation
Community
there,
football of South Australia, which is great, and we've got a big weekend. Big weekend of a lot of country stuff, but also SANFL as well.
Yeah, huge weekend for footy. So all our best country male players and female players converging on Port Pirie this weekend for the annual country championship.
2-day carnival?
2-day carnival, Saturday, Sunday.
Massive.
Over a few ovals, should I?
Yeah, it is,
yeah.
So the men will play on Memorial Oval,
Yeah.
and out the back at the newly developed Port Pirie precinct, the women will play as well. So we'll have games going from 9 a.m. both days.
Wow.
So it'll be huge.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Massive. Of course, the SANFL are there on the Saturday. You got Port Adelaide and Adelaide.
Yeah.
That will be
That's a
monster.
That's a cracking game.
Well, if it was this time last year, I think Adelaide were bottom, Port were pretty close to there, second to bottom
It
or whatever.
seems to have been that way the last few years, hasn't it, really?
They're both up there now.
First and third, Bazza. First and third, that's going to be a cracking game.
Well, it becomes a vital game for both teams,
So
really.
want to try and lock away that top three,
Exactly.
Crows top spot. And the best thing for us in terms of attendance, we're going to have some stars playing. So
Exactly
Tony
right.
Ross,
Oh,
Bryce
yeah.
Gibbs,
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about it, didn't we? We just talked about, I said, well, gee, Adelaide will be strong. Oh, hang on, they might not be. They might make some changes. But if they make changes, then you've obviously got blokes coming back as well. So, and Port Adelaide haven't got a long injury list.
No, I can't see them making too many changes.
So,
after
other
last
than
week,
Jake Patmore, I think everybody's available. So that
So they've got
makes
stars there as well.
And Boak's got to come back into that
so someone will come
senior
back,
side. So another one will come back.
It's
And gee, they gave Westies a horrible building on the weekend,
they did.
pretty effortlessly as well. So this sets up for a really cracker, doesn't it?
cracking game.
And Channel 7 down there,
Live on Channel 7, so
Wow.
if you can't get to Port Pirie, be on there. But
there's going to be a crowd there,
we're
mate.
really excited. So this is the first time we've had the SANFL match the same weekend as the country champs.
Yeah. How do they work that, mate? How will they fit in?
Yep, so
Port Adelaide and
so
Adelaide.
the first time we're going to play some night matches for the country guys.
Bingo.
So they'll play 4 games before the SANFL game, have
Yeah.
a break at the SANFL game play, and then we'll have a couple of night matches. So it'll be a good country.
It's a
outfit.
lot of
Okay,
games.
on
It's a lot of footy.
the
of
same
games.
night.
Same night, straight
okay,
afterwards.
wow.
Yeah, so we'll have a few
Brilliant,
night fixtures. So
brilliant.
plenty of
Coordinating that must be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, you could say that. No, it's a big task. So we're getting players come from Mount Gambier to Ceduna, converging on Port Pirie.
Yeah.
So a lot goes into it.
Just the catering would be a nightmare.
Yeah, catering. We've got the opening function on the Friday night, so
Yeah.
throw that into the mix as well. But we want to put on a really good spectacle for the locals, but
Yeah,
also for those country players that don't experience this sort of thing too often. So really excited.
24 million they've spent on this complex in period. That staggered me. When I read that number, I seriously did think, oh, well, 2 or 3 mil, whack a new little canteen in or something like that.
They love their sports there, let me tell you.
24 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Obviously, government assisted there somewhere.
Absolutely,
But there would have been a lot of local
A lot of local input. Yeah, they've had this flag for 7 or 8 years now, so it's taken a long time to get to this point. But they've redone both ovals, so they're perfect ovals, big new function centre, change rooms. So
Has to be that, doesn't it, Matt?
It does.
To
Male
play the
and
games
females as well, so you really, you see a lot of
you need
clubs
the
now needing the
unisex
support
change
from the
rooms, absolutely.
And they've got all that there. They've got the
Got all
unisex
that,
and
unisex, yeah. So the women's game's just growing massively. We're going to have 6 teams at the championships for the first time. So
who goes down with you then? You surely can't do this alone.
no, certainly not. No, we're actually going to have the most staff we've ever taken. So we'll have about 18 or 19 SANFL staff.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So we're really committed to country footy. Country footy takes up 58% of the current participation in South Australia.
Yeah.
So they bat way above their average. So we want to keep investing back into country footy as much as
So
we
the
can.
function, what sort of function are you looking at there? What's,
So basically an opening ceremony.
a lot of
type
teams
function.
there.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll get the coaches along.
Yep.
Wayne Phillips will MC. He's always a bit of fun.
He's very
So I wasn't available? Is that,
No, email must be still.
well, no, well, Flipper.
You're very expensive,
Well, me and Flipper, it's a bit like going from, economy to business class.
Okay.
Let's say that, but that's okay. Flipper's all right. No, you do a great job.
No,
You do a great
it should
job.
be a good night. That'll get us
That'd be
started.
great.
Yeah, great night.
You've been footy for a long time. You've played 170 odd games with Glenelg and Sturt, and then pretty much jumped straight into the admin role as well.
Yeah, straight into the SANFL and sort of looked after the comp there for a few years, and now over to community footy. So it's been a lot of footy, but I'm sure there's worse jobs out there. So,
Well, you love kicking a goal too, by the way.
I don't mind kicking a
you
goal.
kicked well over 100 goals. You've kicked a lot of goals.
Yeah. So day I sort of, or these days, still having a kick when I can in between work.
Oh, good luck there.
I sort of sit in the goal square these days. But nothing better than kicking a goal.
I apologise for throwing that pie at you at Unley Oval that day, mate. No. I really do now. I've met you.
I've got a few of those over there.
You would have gotten a bit as full forward in the SANFL.
No, absolutely.
Any come to mind?
North Adelaide was usually pretty tough out
Yeah,
there.
right.
The squad up the top there on the hill.
It's funny, Port say the same thing.
As a full forward, you stand in the goal square for a while when the ball's up the other end, so it's easy pickings for them. But you have to bite your tongue every now and then.
Oh, yeah, of course you would. I mean, because it'd be a non-stop barrage.
It is, especially when you're a little bit slow and not too much on top either. It's pretty easy pickings.
And now you also got to pick a state side as well that represents later on in the year.
Yes.
So that's really exciting for the next step for footballers.
Yeah, it's great to keep that pathway for those kids that for one reason or another didn't come to town to play footy. They've still got that opportunity to play country champs and then state footy. So we're on Optus Stadium this year over in Perth. So that'll be a great experience.
A few of those places, isn't there? There's some really gun country footballers that never come down.
Don't come down.
Gee
for one
whiz,
reason
there'd
or
be a lot
another.
of,
We've got a couple of really good stories this year that are playing for the Crows. They actually played in the championships last year. Tommy Hutchison, a few of those boys. So it is a pathway to some bigger things.
Absolutely it is,
And what about, are we far away from probably the next step for women's football as well, and having a country side represent the state in Perth, sort of married up?
No, I don't think so. So WA have introduced their women's country champs this year.
Oh wow!
We're 2 years in, so we'll go over there. We'll have some meetings with them, and I would suspect it's probably on the table for next year. So the growth of women's footy has been extraordinary, and particularly in the country regions. We don't want to compete with netball because that Saturday afternoon with footy and netball is important, but we want to give them the opportunity to play. They're putting their hands up to do that.
There'd be a few sports out there that'd be a little bit
nervous?
Well, a bit aggro about losing players.
Absolutely.
No sport likes to lose young players to other sports.
No,
they don't like doing that. But the AFLW is sort of really, it's a lot bigger than what a lot of people think.
Absolutely.
Like we had one sitting here earlier on, didn't we?
And I know,
who moved from netball.
Yeah,
and a good netball
player. Should be in Port Pirie, I think.
Well, there you go.
My daughter played a little bit of footy as well, and she just played netball, etc. But she found the one thing about football, it wasn't about I could get to there and I can get to there and get to there. It was the camaraderie. That was the difference. When the coach calls them in, she loved running in with the other 25 odd players, and you're last, do some push-ups. All the stuff we just took for granted. And, we sort of pushed our mate on the ground so we could make him do the push-ups when everyone got into the coaches. That sort of stuff, just getting a taste of it, and it's pretty powerful, isn't
my
it?
word, it is.
That's the best thing about footy clubs.
Not pies in the back of the head,
but
that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll encourage them all to have a go.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt, thanks so much for coming in, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
You'll be a tired boy when you get home, mate. You'll be a tired boy when you get home.
A relaxing drink on Saturday night.
I might sneak up myself.
Congratulations. I'm sure it'll all just take care of itself now. And what a wonderful game that the country have also.
Well, it's great for Pirie
to watch. The Crows and the Powers in the SANFL.
Absolutely.
Wow, fantastic. All right,
Go on,
back
mate.
after the break.
Good to see you, mate.